are. I think should be good to go. Alright, you do have dice if needed, correct? If needed, I can just roll the dice. Yeah, I trust you with your roll. You know what? Fair point. Like their Google Dice. Yeah, lots of people. I also need to make sure this is actually a lot closer if I wanted to be able to be picked up. Because, yeah, that's just how it's gonna be. It's also 10 past 5 a.m., so I'm gonna hopefully be able to speak normally and not have any problems occur with it. I am also gonna turn on my lamp. My lamp is now on. Anyway, with that over and done and now out of the way with the idea of dice, sorted out. Uh, with this, hold on. So, Prince character being the only active character right now, you're in a forest, as it is your favorite terrain, and it is the typical. You're going around, not really finding any people in it today, luckily enough. Animals are doing what animals do, hunting, scavenging, running around. Some are fighting each other and eating the dead bodies from winning the fights. Others are just moving around in packs and herds. It's a whole lot. So, I want you to roll me a perception check. If you've highlighted the dot, you add your proficiency bonus. Mm-hmm. Rolled a 19. Cool, you are able to hear some rustling in bushes nearby. You can tell that it's not the size of a bear, but it's also not as small as, like, common house. Like, tiny little rats. Like, hold on a minute, I'll see if I can get a picture. Like, these things are like, yeah, hold on, this is the best picture that I can find. We'll just put it in thing. Put it in like a gerbil. Like, like a bunch of just collective tiny rats. Or like squirrels. So it's bigger than those, but it is smaller than like a wolf or like a bear. We should investigate the sound. It is a toddler. The idea is just a fucking baby cannon. Hello, Malv. Don't make me add the baby cannon. No, but yeah. As you approach it, D&D, and, didn't sleep for D&D. It's genius. But yeah, as you go over to investigate the bushes, you end up finding, that it is a... And so you end up finding a yellow creature. Not the size of a house cat. A little bit bigger than a house cat, but not by much. Yellow creature. That not severely bigger. I guess about like, a little bit. Like, eh. Only really like the normal sort of damage you would expect. Like worn out sort of thing. But not anything like, not flashes, scrape, nothing like that. Just look worn out. Slightly frail. Don't know if worn out. I am glitching. That is just my a piece of shit. As you float closer towards it, it seems to be awake. I say seems to be because it looks slightly out of it. So, you both wish to go to the nearest possible town? Closest location to get out of here? Hopefully has food. Ah yes, most towns here are famished. But yeah, these are able to... Yeah, you can just have it on roll times and I can just fucking guess. You try to figure it out. Yeah. Wait. But yeah, you're able to go out to the nearest town that is nearby. It is a relatively small settlement, all things considered, but it isn't, like, tiny by any means. It's like the in-between of a village and, like, it's a mix between, like, a village and a small city. Sort of the sort of in-between size of them. I guess? I guess. Yeah, it's like, that's the in-between one. Yeah, it's in between a village and a town. The in-between is... But yeah, you're able to get there without any real problems at all. A little bit of a longish journey, but not at the end of the problem. Since it is a favorite train of rain, you're able to get out of there pretty easily. Avoiding anything that would potentially see as food. Things that would see you as food. And any potential hazards that may have been in the forest, like more muddy sort of terrain or just more hostile environment. Trees falling over, places being withered away just from age. But yeah, you are able to make it to the city relatively quick. Getting out of the forest relatively fast as well. As you enter into a clearing just outside of the forest and the settlement ahead of you, its gates lined pretty well with stone that has been well kept for quite a few years now, and a mostly primitive gate, simply because, well, not really many attacks come here at all. It's mostly a peaceful, docile village that doesn't have much reason for many defenses, but there is still some, as safety is always a good thing to have, just in case. As you exit out of the forest and into this clearing, seeing the settlement ahead, what do you wish to do? Like the walls. Behind, they cannot fly. just, just gains the ability to fly. No, but yeah, I know what you mean, don't worry. Anyway. Such an obvious. I don't know, maybe? I just was not ready for the idea that you just like magically grow balloons and just start flying to this. With a pocket nuke and a pocket tsunami. Who wants to pocket death right next? I just you might as well. But yeah, as you enter into the settlement, you notice that people are going along the markets that are just outside selling some wares and stuff. Things like armors, weapons, small tools, tiny little things here and there. Nothing really massive value, more like small little trinkets that people are just making. Sort of like a garage sale, like garage sale, however you want to pronounce it. Kind of like that, where it's just selling essentially scrap or other materials that people don't have a use for anymore, but are still wanting to get rid of for some amount of money, if nothing else. As you're walking around, you see a couple different signs for actual main buildings. Things like stables, blacksmiths, like main sort of shopping districts, sort of medical centers, herbalists, potion creators, alchemists, that's the term for them. uh, no, not in the immediate visibility. There might be one, there might not be one. But you do see a couple signs for cafe, workshop, industrial areas, scrapyard, a couple convenient sort of things, a couple amenities and stuff like that. a gentle dunk pit. What do you want to do? Yes. Poor motherfucker. No money, have an ass. But one of the sort of like little side markets, the main area, or in like sort of like garage sale area. Mm. Fair enough. So, as you are about to start making your way over to the garage sale, after a couple of steps, you get approached by an owl person. I think that's it. That's pretty easy to think of it. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, that'll probably go a lot better than my brain trying it. Yeah. Yeah, they'll just four. There was there was four viewers. Pretty sure. Like this is mafia, but it might be. Well, it says they're offline. It doesn't say they're in. Not fully sure. Maybe. Yeah. Well, session over. Session over, guess we're fucked. Definitely. This would be like a behold. We could eat. These were about to head off to go to the garage. However, Sylvana's character had appeared before you could really get off. So you are still within a short distance of the cafe. Yeah, a little bit past, but rough area. Yay! So, what sort of order is this going to be in then? Train still at the front? Directly at the front. Like, still gonna be at, like, same side as, like, Scuachu in this, or are they gonna be behind? The motherfucking rare! Immediately starts to have a rebuttal, and immediately starts combat, immediately dies. On God! I'm about to start making you catch these hands, you fucking boom, old man. Fucking face. It's a small price. It's a small price to pay for me. Welcome to D&D. Ain't it just the best? Uh, yeah, usually. Yeah. I should not be finding this as funny as it is. I should not find this shit as funny as I do. The idea of just suddenly saying, well, now you'll have cancer is just so fucking tempting in that moment. You will have you will, you're all, you're all stage 4 terminally ill with cancer. And black lung. And scurvy. Fucking how did we get here achievement? You've acquired the achievement how did we get here in diseases and ailments. I should not be laughing, it's hurting my stomach. My fucking stomach is trying to bludgeon me. Yeah, you were able to arrive at the cafe, without magically acquiring every single, like, disease known to man. Yeah, fair enough. You were able to find an empty booth pretty quickly. Roughly. You could probably fit through the keyhole. I can't believe you've already forgotten about the fact you can just squeeze through objects. Open door? I'm just imagining. I'm just imagining. I'm not sure how you're doing it when you're inside the fucking building already. Are you like trying to lock the door without the key? Fucking knocking the door before you enter a cafe that has a set time when it's open. Scooch. Roll me a perception check then. Wait, don't you do the dice roll in here? Which dice do you want? Which dice do you want? You want the weird metal dice? Do you want the spiky dice? Or do you want the black and colored dice? You want shiny orange? There's like 3 or 4 different oranges. Okay, so you want orange. Cool. This is not red! This one here? Yeah, it's like... Yeah, it is like an amber color, I would say. Yeah, we can acquire these. Make it slightly bigger. Slightly. Bigger. Is it like that? I think it's X, isn't it? Is it X? It's wisdom. I don't know. But I wouldn't think it's wisdom. Oh well, guess it sucks to be me. Yet again, wrong about shit. Hmm? 8 plus whatever it is. Well, yeah. It's also close to 10 and it's close to 16. You got an 8. Uh, the door has a handle on the outside. Made of wood. Within arm's length. No, it's a surprisingly fucking long ass handle. As if it was like meant for like even like for like halflings sort of a thing. Like, you know, literally the shortest of short could open this fucking door via the handle if they wanted. Well, you're definitely within fucking arm's length of this shit. It is like literally almost the entire size of the door. I, I, I'm gonna be honest. I think the idea of Scuachu still deciding to just try and whenever you get to the cafe and stuff like that, then Sylvana would have went forward to go and find a booth like they wanted to. But I think it is also equally as funny that even as the door's like now opened by Sylvana, sort of a thing, Scuachu still decides they wish to examine the door. I'm gonna be honest, this has been fucking funny as. Hmm. This rat be fucking smart. You pulled out a Glock? Oh my lord, I got one of those as well! Yeah, there is sprinkles of steampunk and stuff like that. There would be like sort of like, flintlocks and stuff. Flintlocks, muskets. Well, yeah, there is an artificer class, but the artificer compared to steampunk are two different things. The artificer can make things like, grenades and like, small mechanical. But steampunk is like full on, like industrial steampunk. You're using steam machines and stuff like that. Full on robots working off steam and stuff. That sort of. the, the idea of making then steampunk owl person with aviator glasses, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, brother. Yeah. You're somewhat steampunk. Parry this, you filthy casual. Parry this. It's Pikachu! It's Clefairy! Fuck! Well, excuse me. Be careful I don't give you stage 4 cancer, little rat. Yeah. Well, guess what? There is a waiter here. That waiter. Swag! Hey, come on, get over here. I would like some orders. Hello. We would like to order. Yeah, as you call the waiter over, or what could be assumed to be the waiter of this place, you see what would it be? It's like, what, a lich, isn't it? Or is it just a normal ghost? What was it again? Poltergeist, that was it! Yeah, if you want to read your description, you can go ahead. But yeah, it is your character moving over. Roughly about 4:45 p.m. Near when people would have dinner, but not quite. No, you went to the fucking cafe. Sylvan's character appeared. Yeah. The cafe is not in the fucking garage area. Although that would be incredibly funny. You're there. I'm just doing this because it's a bit easier. Just a fucking menu, I guess. It makes this shit easier for my brain. You would have went to the counter to acquire the menus. I don't fucking know at this point. You're at the table, you got fucking menus, you're able to see the shit to order. Because my brain does not want to know how to fucking work today. Uh, Decently known ones are things like the common bird, like Pidgeys, fletchlings, that sort of a thing. Rattatas are commonly known, but for the most part, most of them aren't overly known. It's known that there are Pokemon in the world, but not all of them are really that well known. There's no, there is knowledge that there can be shinies, but it's not overly well known how to spot a shiny, sort of a thing. It's not, it's like one of those sort of like folktale things where it's like, oh, you may encounter a shiny, but it doesn't actually tell you what the fuck they are. Sort of a thing. Yeah, for the most part, the roughly well-known ones, sort of a thing, like the usual commercial used ones, like Miltanks, yeah, like Miltanks for both, like, meats and stuff like that, Slowpokes, Magikarps, those sorts of things. Just, yeah, the berries would be well known as well, sort of a thing. But it's like the things that you would normally expect, like an abundance of, like, people are gonna know about Rattata, because it's just a bunch of fucking rats. Human flesh. Somewhat commonly known. Some know a lot more than others. An entire loaf? Entire. Fair enough. Yeah, fuck it, we'll just. I was just about to say, fuck it, we'll say you've, like, you requested that as well as the other thing. Whenever you were ordering, you also just realized, how thirsty you were and shit. I don't fucking know what's going. This is a weird world. This is going surprisingly well, with very little sidetracking. I like over. Perfect. God fucking damn it. Can I not have this be? I'm trying to knock this over to. You can't rotate it normal. Actually, hold on. I've got an even better idea. No, not lock them. If I where ah, so perfect, and now I should be able to color it. Take it, dude. That fucking colored in. Can you not become fucking? I'm trying to make fucking work. I'm just gonna call this. Then find that. That. Yes, they are. Fuck yeah. I've done it. I've achieved it. I have finally created fucking standing rectangles. I'm saving object up of water. Perfect. Oh, do I need to make a cheesecake? Hold on then. Perfect. Look, it's bread we're needing now. Bread. Like it'd be like this sort of a color. Where the fuck did I put that rectangle? How did it end? How did it end up over there? This is very important. Very important. I'm over bread color. Bread. Good enough. Bread. What other food do we need to make? Cake, cup of water, bread. elf. I'm I'm more trying to figure out where the fuck is it? No, what the fuck did I grab? I grabbed a ball. Here's a ball tech. There's no such thing as a cup. Model. Anybody have a model of a cup? You know, there's also another. Where the fuck is the ball? Here's the ball. And then what would work for? No, I deleted the bread. I pressed Control Z. Perfect. It's very important. Yeah, that would be reasonable. I do not know. I do not know French, and therefore you could literally say the most random shit. So am I, because I don't know any of it. You could just say the most random shit. It is not going to make much of a difference, because I won't have an idea either way. I barely understand English. I'm just. You're just kind of like sitting there like a child would. Okay, I'll send a message. I'll send a message. Like, I'm gonna. Don't worry. Take all the time you need to. So like, fucking hours. Still go. Yeah, just pronounce it the way it was meant to be pronounced. If it requires a different language, go ahead with a different language and pronounce it the best way you can. Italian. Italian. It's fine. If needed, I can get Google Translate and then we can use that to figure out the name of it. Oh. It's just a formality thing. It's the thing that you are accustomed to doing when introducing yourself. Don't worry, take all the time you need to. Just point, we've at the very least got it started up, so. Fair enough. A little nod as well works out. So would that be the end of the little section? Am I good to mention the Scuachu? They're good to go back? Cool. You're it. There we go. Hello. And it was just a little back and forth conversation. God damn it, changing rarities and all now. Changing rarities. You're now a common item. What? What? no, that was just me. It happens sometimes. Worth it whenever, guess what? Gotten little to no sleep. I'm just traveling. By the way, at this point in time, Lucky's character is like kind of like just standing there, not wanting to like interrupt the conversation that's happening, like not wanting to like appear as rude, but they are like just kind of there now, just listening over it all. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Everybody roll me a perception check. That's not Lucky. See if any of you's noticed them. Yes. You know what? Yeah, Lucky. You roll a stealth check. We'll see. We'll see how this. We'll see what happens. Oh. Fuck it. Everybody just. I need to roll for you, don't I, Scuachu? Okay. Hmm? 16 plus your perception bonus. I don't know how the fuck passive perception works. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Hold on. Lucky. Hold on. Hold on. Lucky. Did you just say you got 20? Like you got a nat 20? Well, not even the plates are visible. The entirety of their existence is like just out of reality. You physically cannot tell of their presence. Do you not have like any bonus to your perception apart from like proficiency bonus? Yeah, like stealth. I'm getting myself. So it would be 24. Holy shit. Well, yeah, but if no, but if somebody else was to get nat 20, or even then, somebody else was to get like 19 stuff, you know, it's still it is still good to have that in your basing anyway to add all bonuses together regardless. It's good to get that in your mindset. An entire fucking bag. We'll just skin you alive, sell your organs. I'm pretty sure someone would buy your dead body. And here's its skull. Have it as a memento. Remember us for next time, because you could be next. Well, look at this. Fucking Biggie Cheese here. Oh, I just realized something. If you want to roll insight to see if they're lying, go ahead. I won't stop you. I've also just realized that the Google search icon is in this corner of this fucking picture, and it's been there for as long as it's been here. That's a 10. That's not. You can tell that they are being truthful. They do not intend to steal or cause harm to people in their travel. The audacity of this rat! Thinking I would steal? No, but yeah, you can tell that Sylvanas' character is being genuine. Fuck it. Make fuck's sake. I want, I want the fucking chair, not the entire. That was the same for me. Apparently, I also somehow accidentally muted my microphone at some point in there, and I don't know when or why or how. So I've been muted for probably all of like a minute at this point. I don't know. Kind of just went like, whoop-de-doo, gave you your food, now fuck it, eat it. Ever heard of tax evasion? They are the multi-purpose. They are the multi-grain. They are the multi-grain worker. They work to fill in any role. They're essentially like a puzzle piece that can fit any mold. They are what they need to be at the moment. They are the restaurant. Enjoy your meal. Bye. Yeah, don't mind God just randomly intervening. Yeah, I guess so. Arceus would be, technically speaking, a valid religion for Pokemon. Arceus. Dear Arceus, please, for the love of fuck, do not send. Do not send me these again, I beg you. Um, not exactly. They definitely exist, but they're not common. Kind of. Rotoms are more of an electrical thing. Oh, Porygons definitely fucking exist. Those motherfuckers are... Porygons... You'd find Rotoms and Porygons near the exact same area. Like, if you could see a Rotom in an area, well, kind of. I took it as their fucked up geometry. Neither am I. All I know is they're fucking cool. It literally gets smoother as well. Fair enough. You were able to acquire water. You're able to... Well, not really. They don't have legs. Like... I don't know. Do you have legs? Huh. uh... just randomly, well, shit, guess you gotta make a check now. Come on. Fuck it, why not? Let's see what happens. Make me Make me a make me a dexterity saving throw, and tell me what you get. Okay, hold on, then. Stomach. Yeah, you stumble slightly. You're able to keep the cup like perfectly fine, cause you're used to this shit. But you do stumble a little bit. You know what? Fuck it, why not? You know what? Everybody roll me a trip check. Everybody roll me a trip check. Yeah. Gucci. Oh yeah. Oh no! You fall into you fall into your bread, and it's like that cat face, like, you know, inside of the bread sort of a thing. It's just that, but it's in the entire imprint of their body. Yo. If you got if you got a 20, you would immediately you would immediately begin to dance, like a sort of like power move flex on the people, showing that you could just move without a care. You could literally do like the most clumsy shit in the world, and you just wouldn't fall over. Like you could literally go on your toes, leaning over your entire self like 80% of the entire way, and not trip. 800 D12. So, Sylvan, what did you get for your trip check? Roll the trip check. It's a dexterity save. Dexterity saving throw, yeah. You still got a nat 1. Got a 15? Yeah, you're able to be fine. You're fine. No, you've physically there is a physical U-shaped implant in your bread. Like, you know, like snow angel sort of a thing. Like, you know, you just like belly flop to snow, like a sort of imprint left. That is what's happened to your bread. It's not fucking destroyed. You did you not see what the fuck my previous campaign was like? If it sounds funny enough, fuck it, we ball. That is a DM you've decided to allocate. Yeah, you're able. I, I thought for a moment you were just about to say the electric rat. Oh shit! Rat! Fucking rat! Jokes on you, there is no health inspectors here. They're scared. Hostage? Hold on, you're making them a hostage now? Who's the hostage in this situation? Are you, are you are you holding the bread hostage now? So look, he's being bad. You think it's a sign of them being kept against their will? Well, would you, technically speaking, you would be held here against your will if you've been here for who knows how fucking long. Like, you physically lost track of how long you've been here. More like a question like, I don't. You're gonna inside check their, like, confused no. Go ahead. Well, technically speaking, they are being watched, because there's people at the fucking table staring at them. Being spied on, is what you're trying to say. Is that plus your benefit? Hey, that's not a bad thing, to be honest. It would have been worse if you got a nat one and, like, you know, it flagged up saying, like, you know, they were 100% lying. In fact, they have literally 80, like, you know, gunsmen all pointing at them. If they even make a slight mistake. No, but yeah, they're not. No, for the most part, you're able to tell that they're lying. Apart from, like, the confusion in the no, there's, like, no actual hint of, like, lying by force or anything like that. They just sound confused, slightly puzzled at the question. What does it mean? What does it mean to be kidnapped? Am I held hostage? Am I held here against my will? Is 400 years too long? Although you want anything more? Any bottle of wine? You're now stuck contemplating, are you being held hostage here? Are you trapped here against your will? Do you truly have a say in what you want to do? Your mind is now flooded with questions. What? Is it like my giant rock? Why do you die? tiny dice! Oh no! It's worse than stepping on Lego. Fucking uncanny silence. Well, they told you their name. Yes. No, it is. It is real in this city. It is real in this. No. Scuachu mentioned that the waiter may know about it because they, tend to be in this fucking area. It's entirely fair enough. It is the correct guess to have. So, okay, what are you gonna do? You've essentially been, sort of summoned in a way? you're, you're in an existential crisis. Fair enough. Right. Fuck yeah. Bread gaming. Counter this, you filthy cat. They're strangled. Why? Why is there a triangle? How did the bread get on the floor? What? How is there two of everything? Where did these objects come from? Everything fucking tripped. The menacing steps will now that will randomly appear on your adventures. You Well, if we were going to buy technicalities, a single piece of bread with nothing really on it, it's just bread. A single basic sort of berry cheesecake in a way, and basic tea, plus a cup of water. That wouldn't overly be that expensive. It would. It would probably be a copper, silver, gold, platinum pieces, like the sheet, like shows it, and yeah, I was about to say I would use like Terraria's conversion because it's just the easiest thing for my brain to work with a conversion like this. So 100 copper pieces is equal to like a silver piece. Mm-hmm. Depends on what they're called. To be honest, with that, that's actually not the worst because that is literally just a like divisible by 10 conversion. That's fine. It's all in those tens, sort of a thing. So that actually works out well. It's 100 copper. It's 100 copper. Oh. Yeah, correct. They're both over there nibbling away. Scuachu's still drinking a like water as well. They're just enjoying their fucking meals. Fucking stonks. Starts getting ready to rob the place. Are you socially anxious? Are you okay? An extra set of hands, extra set of, assistants, an additional party member, somebody with culinary skills, somebody who can keep watch. Just a couple of reasons. uh, yeah, it has been like 3. No, has it? No, it's been 2 hours. 2 hours, 50 minutes. Pun fully intended. No. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even realize that either. Then again, I don't even know how to read names correctly. I've just realized, I think I spelled Pikachu wrong. Did I not? Huh. My brain is supposed to be a B? Where's the B? Where? After the L? I copied their Discord name. Where's the B? There's a B? I can't tell if you're like fucking with me or not. Oh, okay. I physically could not tell if you were like just fucking with me or not. I thought you were being genuine. Like, I physically could not tell if you were fucking with me or not. Cool. So, just that. Sylvanas' character would end up then leaving. Then is Lucky, Scuachu's, and Rain's character left inside of this cafe. Lucky's character is not going to be joining in, but it's now a matter of, Lucky, does your character leave before the others do, or do you wait until the others leave to then leave? Mm-hmm. Swag. Just like watching over the desk, like, you know what? Yeah. I'd say there would also be counter, bar stand, grab snack! Hell yeah! Control doesn't like in D&D or in real life. Real life, okay, cool. No, Rain's off to go business and eat IRL. It's awesome meat. My model is not okay. You know what, make me a perception check. I just realized I should be doing this a bit more often. That fucking, like, Google's, like, throwing me off. Yeah, you're able to see, like, there's, like, a couple, like, boxes for Possum Ship A. One of them still fully stocked up. Is that a fucking bird? The fuck? Sheep? What the fuck? What the fuck? What are you on about of Sheen? Where have you seen this Sheen? It's time for the Pokemon Search Journey! Pokemon, what is Sheen? Okay, so it's a fucking beauty stat. Good morning. Um, no fucking idea. Fair enough, that's what fucking happens then, I guess. I don't know. Wait, sweet and sour, like, they are both, like... Fuck yeah. Oh, I just realized. It's perfect. I am a genius. I have added strawberries to D&D. And that is picking up singles. Where is my favorite object? Strawberries! Neither do I. I would say yes. Why not? Scuachu. What would a sweet possum look like? Perfect. I got lost in X and didn't play Pokemon again until, like, Pokemon Moon. Mine is only Pokemon Moon. I got lost in X in the first forest that you get to go into in the game, and I physically could not find my way out of it. So I gave up entirely on it, and did not touch Pokemon again. So fucking long. Well, yeah. I have now added, bread, cheesecake, a cup of water, tea, strawberries, and a poffin. As well as a menacing step stool. I will 100% find times to have these things appear again. Do not underestimate me. So will the menacing step stool. I don't know. How long will it take the others to arrive? Well, saying that two of them are still eating slowly. Lucky's still kind of just there in case I order again. Maybe, like? I guess so. Uh... It was 4:45 whenever you'd come in. Upon ordering stuff and getting other things, the payment and then leaving. That would take it about to that time, taking the typical amount of time for that. And then it's that over there, and then there's more amount of time in between it for conversation to happen. Well, time right now is about 6:15 to 6:20. So roughly an hour and 30 minutes has passed. Mm-hmm. The entire time that you've been in here, you'd entered at 4:45. Given the amount of time between talking, the amount of time for ordering, the amount of time for it to come back, Lucky also essentially like sitting there while you were speaking as to not end up butting in and potentially being seen as rude, as well as he's slowly ordering a little bit more and stuff like that, and then getting those again, as well as Scuachu like requesting to order it, then came back and stuff. Then the trip check. Just in general, the amount of time throughout all of it, for all the stuff, just in between all the movement and all that stuff, would be about an hour and 30 minutes. Given the typical wait time as well for, you know, somebody to come over for, like, you know, orders and all that stuff to be done by a single person. Yeah. Card. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Here's the fun part. Yeah, we'll do this. So this is where the fun part comes into play. This is the cart sort of section for this. I want you to tell me the specifics of the cart. Depending on just how specific it is, depends on how exactly this goes about. This will make sense, given the specifics of the cart. The amount of detail that you give is entirely up to you as well. You can give either a lot of detail, a little amount of detail, or anywhere in between. A total of an hour and 30 minutes has passed since you had entered the restaurant. Upon ordering foods and all that stuff, it has been an hour and 30 minutes. They are still all in there still, while you've gone off to the Merchant's Guild to buy a cart. So while the others are still taking the sweet time to eat and stuff like that, you know, drinking drinks and all that stuff and all, you've gone off to the Merchant's Guild, like you mentioned before, and now you are here to essentially browse carts while you're waiting for the others to arrive. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. The fun part of this is, depending on how specific you are with what you're trying to find, is depending on how specific the dice gets used is. Essentially, the more vague you are of the sort of details that you'd be looking for, let's say, like, you know, the basic bog standard, it's a car, it functions, it has enough space to carry, let's say, like, you know, 200 pounds of items. It would be like, you know, just making sure you didn't get, like, you know, a nat one on, like, a d20 sort of a thing. But, like, if you were to make it incredibly specific of what you're trying to get, it could end up being, like, you know, getting a, like, you know, a 98 to 100 on, like, a D100 sort of a thing. So the more specific and specialized you are after, the more, like, of a slim chance you will have of finding it here. Now, to build it, that's another thing in itself, but to find it here in this place, the more specific the details are, the harder it is to find a cart, but not impossible to find it. Yeah? Yeah, it was sort of like associative sort of a thing. Like, they directed both of yous at the same time. That's fair enough. Fair enough. No worries. A human? Within reason, the accommodations that you'd be having if you're wanting to have everybody accustomed for would be a relatively large-ish cart, something that would be like, you know, require like 2 horses to pull it sort of a thing. Something that could carry a decent, like, decently large amount of weight to be able to support all the people who enter it, including your golem, and the things that you'd be selling. Well, that works even better as well. But it would be a relatively large-ish cart to be able to have enough space for all the people to be able to be inside of it. Be able to also carry all of your wares, but also be in a decent enough condition that it's not just gonna fucking crumble if somebody sneezes slightly too loud. Yeah, so, fair enough. Not actually anything that bad. So, what happens if we were to strap a fucking cannon to the front? You'd have to come up with like an ice cream truck theme that would play every time you'd go around the place. I think that's copyrighted. I don't think I... Do you see me having that power? just incredibly badly to avoid copyright. I'm gonna be honest. Who? Who? I I'm confused. Who? Uh, I've heard the name like fucking barely at all. I did not know they made music. Yes, I am. Let me make this abundantly clear. I basically know nothing about any sort of celebrities unless it comes from memes. I know very little about the world in general. The actual knowledge I have of literally any fucking famous person is either from memes or non-existent. Literally. Like, I'm incredibly simmed down in the knowledge that I have of, like, things that are going on. And even then, I don't remember half. So, like... At most, I knew they were a person, and that was about as good as it gets. Back to D&D! Where does... Do we all have, like, ADHD and autism here? Huh. I have autism and ADHD. Yay! I'm sorry, hold on. Did you just say unautism hit? What the fuck? Now understood as a form. It's literally fucking Google says! It's a form of the fucking autism spectrum disorder. And they're trying to unautism it. That's like trying to say that, like, the fucking light in the world doesn't exist. You know, light is the concept made by man. As if fucking stars and shit don't exist. What the fuck do you mean? We made the sun. Yeah. But yeah. There's that. Yeah, you can definitely find a lot of cards in here. Okay, just for the funny dice roll. If you somehow get, like, below 4 on these 2d20, you somehow do not find the card. Because it is just not here. 29! I think that's a little bit above 4. The exact card they were after. You know, the exact sort of, like, things that they were after to find here. In fact, they find 29. Oh, sorry. You find 29 of those cards. You find a Panzer tank. Full on World War II style of the whole lot. If you buy this tank, you get this card for free! Buys Happy Meal, becomes sad. Aw, man. You found a card? You did it, you found. I suppose that I would have to, wouldn't I? Because I don't think any of yous are a fucking dealership. This is a car dealership. Broken wooden machines. No, but yeah, it'd be a sort of extension of the merchant guild, I would say, would it not? Um, they'd have the option to like be done like that. For the most part, most of them have a sort of like mechanical part added to them. But yeah, there'd be some level of mechanicalness to all the carts in here. So, Sylvana, what do you want to do upon finding the cart and going to the thing? I need to figure out what the fuck I want to use for this. Fuck it. Fuck it. Mr. Bones. I am going to bludgeon your skull and skin you alive. No. Fuck. I accidentally Fucking Christ alive. Mongrel. Construction and dwelling into the deep, dark caves. My favorite game. Takes a step. And well, if it works, then clearly they couldn't really change it without making everything shit itself. Well, well, clearly not! But it worked. But he's the definition of ego. It's Mr. Bones. Very creative name. Okay. Can I make? Can I make? Can I make like a desk? I did not mean to rotate Mr. Bones. Perfect. Here's the desk. This is the front desk. Welcome to the welcome. He's very short. Welcome to welcome, where we welcome the welcomes. Bone welcome man. Burgers. Welcome to whatever the fuck we named this place. I forgot it 18 years ago. Good enough. Anyway, back onto the cart duty. The fuck are you here for the cart? I hear you're here for the cart. What type of cart got your eye? Absolutely. That cart's pretty nice quality. Although most people usually don't pick it. It's nice to see it finally be picked for once. So, do you wish to have it be electronic powered or horse powered? Electronic powered or horse powered? It's like horses, but with gears and shit. Man, because technically speaking, it's still a source of energy. Pretty much all electric power is. It's just cogs and shit moving it. Well, they may know how to make a grenade, but that doesn't mean they know how to make a fucking computer run now, does it? No, it's the example of an artificer. They make things, but that doesn't mean they would understand the full concept of how, power and stuff would. They would use magic to make the electricity. They wouldn't be using things like, gears and steam and that stuff to make the power. They're normally using magic to create power. You just sometimes need to fill it up with water, make sure its heating element is still working. That's about it. You just push some of the pedals, it does what it does. All I know is I came in here. I don't question how it works, it just does. I'm here for business, not questions on how my business is run. Hold on, they got legs. fuck? Well, yeah. It still got wheels on it. It can be pushed pretty easily. Cool. That'll be about 8 silver pieces. Well, yeah. It is quite. It is quite. It is quite literally. It is quite literally a fucking wooden cage. Hold on a minute. I'll see if I can like. Hold on. Let me. Hold on a fucking moment. Where's this paper? It is literally like this shape. It is literally a fucking basket of wood. Quite literally, it is pretty much basic wood. It's got a thing for it to be electric and stuff. It's got plenty of space. Plenty of room. Fuck it, Dad. 8 gold, 50 silver. Whatever the fucking conversion is. I don't know money at this point. I can't do math. You're asking someone who does not know how to work with economy shit. No, I know that, but like in general, you're trying to like do stuff with economy with somebody who physically does not understand economy. You think I know reasonable prices? Like I physically do not know the understanding of price. It is the carriage you are looking for, but it's the only way. God fucking damn! It's the only way I could like figure out a way to like describe its shape, sort of a thing. Cool. So yeah, 7 gold, like 5 silver. That'd be like 7.5 gold, correct? Is that right? 70 gold? How much money does your character have? Okay, 70 gold. You know more about this money shit than I do, so fuck it. 70 gold then, I guess. Ah, holy shit. What? No, well, so what you said was it was the price of the raw materials in half? So, if that was the case, then in total, if you were to buy the materials raw to build this cart by hand, it would cost you 140 gold. Well, technically, to be... Hold on, fuck it, I'm gonna Google this shit to figure this out. How to determine the price of, I don't know, fucking object. D&D. Not just D, D and D. Rarity also determines the price. Fuck off with your rarity bullshit. The relationship between its supply and demand. I don't know what the fuck supply and demand would be in this world for fucking parts. Calculate the total cost of the units purchased. Divide the cost by the total number you... Why can't it... Well, so is human organs. It's essentially just like fucking got it like slapped on the edge. It was built as a normal horse carriage, like, you know, the electricity just kind of like slapped on near the end. Gold pieces. CP is copper pieces, and SP is silver pieces. Ah yes, you can buy a sled. What the fuck is a chariot? Hold on, I'm off the fucking... Chariot. That's a fucking cart. Oh, it's the weird fancy thingy-mabobber. It looks like a fucking mix of a fucking wheelbarrow, but with horses at the front of it. Why the fuck is a chariot more expensive than an entire fucking carriage? I clicked on logo because they're showing a picture of a shopping cart, and I was greatly disappointed when I did not see the same shopping cart. Yeah, hold on a minute, hold on. No, because that would be a chariot. A carriage would be, like, a bit more of, like, what you'd be after. Yeah, and I said fucking, like, you know, I said, like, fucking, like, I don't know, like, 8 silver, and you said that wasn't okay. So... And? No, but yeah. I clicked on that, and it didn't give me a shopping cart. For a logo. So I don't know why it's used. No, but yeah, I'd say it might... I was just gonna say 150. You know, it's a bit less than a chariot, a bit more than a carriage. Yeah, fuck it. Just whatever, somebody pick a price, I don't give a fuck anymore. Cool, 250 it is. Are we going for 260? It just makes an auction out of nowhere. But yeah, cool. 250 gold it is then, I guess. I don't know, economy. It's gonna be a running thing, by the way. Yous are gonna probably have to correct me on the fucking price almost constantly. As I will fail 100% of the time. This is the DM you picked. I'm incapable of understanding fucking basic economics. Yeah. Anyway, cool. You're able to buy your cart. This is psychological torture. I am in purgatory. You've acquired your cart. You are now able to leave with that cart. You're going to pick it up later at night? Cool. Oh, the what? Past about 7. About 7, 10 past 7, not a whole lot of time. Uh, well, I'd say at this point, uh, at this point, uh, yeah, at this point, Rain and Scuachu would end up being done with their food now, as well as drinks and so on and so forth. They'd be done, and would have ended up also heading over to where Sylvana would have been. Lucky is still, well, I don't really know. Would you still be eating? Would you still be in this thing? Yeah, fuck it, yeah, you can still be. You can still be. No, but yeah, I would say you'd still, like, technically be in the, like, thing. But yeah, if you want to do it now, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You're able to do that now. That's what you're able to do. Yeah, so Ram would still be, like, at the table. Lucky is still tending to their tasks, because technically speaking, they're still in work hours, and you would have been done by now, I would say. I would assume anyway. Mm-hmm. I sure do love having thought. Mm. What? You will understand in due time. There is no escape from fate. You would be able to fit through the keyhole again, same as before. You would be able to open the door. Yes? I'm not quite understanding. Already open? Okay. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. No. Do you want to inspect the door for a bomb? Are you sure it's safe to pass through? I don't know. Are you? It's just a fucking door. My brain could not register the difference between asking if the door was open as in unlocked and then open as in opened. He was trying to figure out if he was trying to figure out if you were asking if the door was unlocked or if the door was open wide. That is. Oh fuck! God damn it! Not again! Why did they keep on coming back? I've already destroyed like 8 of these IKEAs. How do they keep coming back? Do you want to have dialogue as you were walking? I don't know. That's all you can think of. Yay! Time skip. It is like 7:45, so depending on how long people are still wanting to stick around for. But yeah, I'm also happy enough to go over there. But yeah, it's just funnily enough, Lucky mentioned that session over. It's actually not that far off of the normal time it would have been, sort of a thing from like what was like sort of like talked about. But yeah, you've all introduced yourselves. You've gotten the cart down. You've got like a sort of party together. Shit hasn't gone horribly wrong, although the trip check was incredibly fucking funny. I'm gonna be honest, apart from the fact that like detours had happened constantly, at the very fucking least, this definitely went better than like the first like sort of D&D that was happening, despite the fact that very much I confused myself a fuck ton. Well, yeah, but even then, it still just did not end up going well. Oh no. Oh no, it wasn't that. Like, I just fucking... like, nobody had a fucking clue what was happening. Like, even for you and Lucky, both of you have never done D&D before. She's just done a lot better than, you the others that never did D&D before as well. Both? It would obviously get darker because it's getting the nighttime, but there would be lights in the city. You're now in the shadows. Get lost, fuckers. You just suddenly disappear from Scuachu's sight. Now he's just kind of left there to figure out shit. But would you're now slightly glowing. You're a little bit of a glowing light bulb, like a glow stick. Oh yeah, there is like sort of like guess like lamppost. Yeah, there is like sort of like lamppost things here. More like lamps that are just hung outside. An actual lamppost. Like, you know, by doors and all that stuff, sort of a thing. You just fully, like, phase out of existence the second you step into a shadow and then immediately phase back into existence the second you are touched by any amount of light from a lamp. You just keep blinking in and out. Well, it's D&D. Magically, all of combat, even with, like, you know, a fucking 1,000 people, only happens in 6 seconds. So, you know, a lot of things aren't realistic in this. No? Well, it's a fucking city, so, like... If it was to be sort of like dangerous and stuff like that, it wouldn't really be that much of a good, you know, passive, docile city full of people who are friendly and cooperative. I did mention before, like, this village didn't have a lot of guards because it was a mostly, you know, peaceful area. Although there were guards, it was more just a slight safety of. Well, if there's not many people here to protect, it's safe to say it there's not really many need to protect. Fair point. Yeah, I can. Cause of the things. Oh, yeah. Nothing eventful happens. You hear people moving around and shit, if you classify that as something, I guess. Nothing really eye-catching. Just the normal thing of, like, you know, armors are in places, weapons are around the place, people talking about shit, random little trinkets being sold, little, like, gear puzzles and shit, meant like children and shit. You end up finding the dealership, yeah. The direction Lucky Point. Uh, Mr. Bones? That's literally the name I gave him. You know what, Mr. Bones will become a recurring character because fuck it, why not? Why is your model like that? Hold on. What happened here? What happened to the What if I roll the table? Rolling the table does not do anything. Laughing also hurts, no? Because I can, like, I can pick it up and just... uh, laughing hurts. Yeah, I seen an owl. He came over here, bought a cart. About that way. They point off in a slightly, what could only be assumed to be a random direction, but it is clear that they are, like, being honest. It's about sort of like northwest, if you were to, like, exit out of the dealership, sort of a thing. Yeah. Do you want to try and do a survival? Do you want to try and track him down? Really? What defines beast? Oh, I need to figure this out now. What defines a beast? Little tiny creature. Non-humanoid creature that are a natural part of fantasy ecology. That is what I did. A creature type that encompasses various natural animals, their prehistoric counterparts, and sometimes even fantastical creatures that fit within a natural ecological context. Beasts are non-humanoid creatures that are a natural part of fantasy ecology. Some have magical powers, but most are unintelligent and lack any society or language. Beasts include all varieties of normal animals, dinosaurs, and giant variations of animals. So animal is the terminology for beast. But if it resembles a human, then it's no longer a beast. Anything that does not look like it could have the name Carl and it fit for human. Technically speaking, you wouldn't be tracking them as a beast, but you could still technically track a person. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to figure out, like, where they would be. Like, the sort of, like, rough path of where they would be. You're able to go along that path and find them pretty quickly if you want to. I assume you were going to be following along, Scuachu? Uh, yeah? Food shops, blacksmiths, armorsmiths, toolsmiths, butchers, uh, like agricultural farmers and stuff like that, pawn shops, like little areas for like buying trinkets or other like small little mechanical things. Uh, from the path you're taking, you're essentially like walking right past it, cause yeah, it's the barrier. As you walk into the pawn shop, You see a variety of all sorts of fucking weird and wonderful shit. From things like weapons to armor, different little trinkets, random pieces of clothing, random animal skins, sometimes a couple of animal bones. Random foods as well are in here, both cooked, raw, packaged, and not packaged. Raw materials as well. Some broken, some not. A whole fucking collection of weird and wonderful shit. I would say investigation, because you'd be like sort of like trying to find sort of like a specific thing. Cool. You know your modifier for it? Menacing step stool, I will just put over there. Chairs, I will just fucking like take and go. Yeah, you're not really able to find it. You're able to find an area with a bunch of fucking weird and wonderful items. You want to try and do a perception check, just cause? To try and see if you can find an area with more sort of like specialized areas. Hell, if you want to, you can even fucking ask the guy. There's like a person by the hill. Yeah. Yes. Just because I don't want to have to like pull another model. It's Mr. Bones again. They work every job. Um, I think I know who you're on about. But who is it exactly? It's not that one. Larry. Yes, Larry. Rock guy. They work every single job. Is it not this? Is it not this person you're on about? Is it not them you're on about? Describe them. What are they from? Sam? I don't know. That's the only one I can think of that appears at multiple different stations that is able to, like, you know, let you do things. Oh wait, are you on about the ice cream man? Like the ice cream and stuff? Person that sells you the punch card? Hmm. I have no fucking clue. A light bulb? Now, are you on about one of those things that other Pokemon use and all that? Or are you talking about a ball that is literally able to light up? Yeah, I think we'll go about 5 or 6, somewhere in here. Follow me. They gesture for you to follow them along as they go to one of the very far back corners, which is like at the very end of the shop. Like the entire opposite side of the of, like, door and stuff like that. And you see, as they said, there is 6 light bulbs all on a wall. Eh, about 5 copper. Don't really have any use for them. They just kind of end up here. So, yeah. Fair enough. Keep this on hold for whenever you do return to save some time. Fair enough. They've gone to go brush their teeth. So now we're just... Fair enough. Able to get the stolen pretty quickly. They're not meant to be that far away from pawn shop. See, what's the time when... I gotta do math in my head again. Roughly 710 plus 7. Uh, yes, it's roughly... We'll say this for 10 for me. It's 7:30 right now as you like meet up with another character. What a fucking journey that would be. Save me from this eternal prison. Help. You will be great for a battery. Conduit. Welcome back. Whenever they get freed from their eternal prison known as a cafe. They've been put in jail time for customer service. Imagine being so dead, even the ghost finds it to be dead. That's a whole new low. Whenever they're doing their eternal death. Light bulb! Did you wish to game? As you begin to walk back to the cart area, Scuachu, you decide that you want to take the people in to buy your light ball. You're walking back over to the cart. Sylvana is deciding to go back to the cart to show you the cart that they had bought. Because you are now going back in the same direction you would just come from, this also means that you're going by the pawn shop again. So, well, do you want to leave a B for now? You can leave a B for now if you want. Well, it wouldn't be more in the same direction you like you would just be going, because that's just further away from the cart. So to put it simply, in terms of like sort of like distance, fuck it, I don't know what to use. Where is an object? Fuck it, the blocks are back again. Yous are here. The cart shop is about there. Now the pawn shop is about in between, pretty much. It's not that far off. No, I'm using like just the fucking objects. It's like a sort of like rough diagram of it. Because if this was actual fucking distance, you'd be like going like a fucking big distance away. Just get back over. It's because all of them sell the same random shit. It's just like, you know, hey, how you doing? Have you sold those fucking toilets yet? No. Have you sold those toilets yet? No. You should put the two together. That's a genius idea. We can now sell full-fledged toilets. Ah, yes, the extra 2 copper that they will now gain. Copper. What? Perception? You know what? Yeah, go ahead. Fucking go ahead. Try it. See if you can see shit. So, what is your perception modifier? Perception, because, well, I would say it'd be perception now, because you're now trying to see if you can see the aisle again, because now you know where you're needing to look, sort of a thing. Oh! Yeah, I think it's because, like, you see the tiny, like, little divots in this? I'm gonna be honest, if you go to fucking 20, I was just gonna make the entire building, bro. You and someone would be like kept on the spot and the entirety of the fucking walls would spin around. uh, you can figure out the rough area it was in. Like, you'd figure out the rough area, and then from that rough area, you would then be able to see it, but you could not actually point to it if you tried. Sure, go ahead. Yeah, you're able to see the light balls. You can see exactly what Scuachu's after. Oh. No, I'm gonna be honest. If they got in that one, I was just gonna make the building stand on its like fucking like end walls and stuff like that. Just have like everything fucking drop to the bottom. You have acquired fuck all. Mr. Bones is also nowhere to be found either. No, but yeah, Sylvana is able to find the exact thing that Scuachu's after, despite the fact that both Scuachu and Rain seem to have been unable to find it. Well, that's why I said it was up to you to decide. Do you want it to be a giant fucking dodgeball or a thing that you wear? I don't fucking know. Apart from like maybe being being that sort of like item where it's like, you know, oh look at this, they have an item. I don't think any Pokemon holds an item in the yeah. You just fucking eat it and have the same effect. So you would like it to be a dodgeball. You would like it to be a physical projectile that you can fucking throw into things. It fucking throws it full force, smashes open somebody's skull. Get that fucker! Just start yelling insults mid-throw. No, but yeah. I guess it is a dodgeball. You have the option to throw this as a weapon. What the fuck if it's the size of a marble? Little tiny ball. Yeah, that worked. Technically speaking, it's a choking hazard. In comparison to your size, it is a decent size. But compared to something like Sylvana's or Lucky's character, it would be a fucking tiny ball. But to you, it's like a fucking rock. Yeah, it's a big marble. It is about the size. It is about the size of Rain's skull. I think that's about accurate, is it not? Or is that too small or too big? I don't know. You're able to acquire it in such a degree that you do not have to acquire two hands. If it's only a marble, really. Oh, you mean like on the shelf? Okay. I thought you meant in general, like its fucking diameter or some shit. And I'm needing to figure out how the fuck I would figure out the size of like a fucking marble. Yeah, you would require somebody else to get it for you, because you are too. Well, you could technically pick it up, although you would end up slowly descending to the ground. Like, you could get it off the shelf, and then, like, Scuachu could then, like, grab it, sort of a thing, from the air. Yeah, but they're also tiny. Like, you ever tried to, like, carry something way bigger than you on your back? Might be light, but that shit ain't gonna be fucking easy. Everything you got. You carried an entire dresser drawer before? But it's fucking large and awkward. Either way, they're able to get it off the shelf, you're able to grab it. How the fuck do you want to get this thing? You acquired orb. English is the language that many must know. As you walk up, Mr. Bones greets you there. And upon seeing the new face of, well, the new faces, I should say, they welcome you. And I see you've gotten that light bulb there. I assume you're after purchasing it? That would be 5 copper. It was 5 copper whenever you came in here. No, I said there was 5 or 6 light bulbs, but they costed 5 copper as Mr. Bones has no use for them. That are relatively cheap. You just put it down there like, it's just like, here, peasant, take my money. Shut up and take my money! That looks like about 5. My stomach wants to stab me. I do not know what that means. Oh. Hold on. It's actually not the word. Yeah, no, that's average. Mm. I don't know what fucking median means modes and shit. All I know is there's a fucking center point. 16 times 2 is 32. You got about half of what you could get normal. It's not the worth. My stomach is not very happy. D&D is more important. Uh, simple. As you go to the dealership, simply waiting for Lucky, time passes, 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 until eventually it reaches closing time for the cafe, and Lucky is able to come over to meet you the card. You walk up like you're owning the place, like, you know, yo, what up, it's me, the star of the show. So are you telling me the second it becomes nighttime, everybody just becomes blind? If they don't have the ability to see in the dark? That's how basic darkness works. So you get, like, darkness plus in the dark? Fair enough. You're finally free. you you feel a sudden weight leave your body as you leave the cafe, knowing that you are now free from the eternal prison of the fucking cafe. What? Hold on. I have multiple questions. The fuck you mean? Hmm. It's like you're dodging around the word party as if you're afraid to use the word. Sure, I could find a car picture. Not a bad. Ding 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 ding. Do I have any models in my like files that I could just randomly fucking going for no reason? I need to check. Do I have any Blender files? Yeah, but then it's a matter of if stuff that I'm frankly too fucking. I'm seeing what the fuck is Blender file. I might be able to app fucking random. I'm sorry, hold on, what? Where? Oh, it's the end model. Ah, yes, let me just use a fucking slug cat as the fucking car, because that's definitely well. I clicked into shading and probably broke. Jesus Christ. Remind me never to open up the shading again. Yeah, this is literally just the end model. I don't know why it's saved separately, but it is. It's called Boom. Yeah. Yeah, although it would be really funny to decide to use a slug cat as your fucking card, I don't think you would want a slug cat as your card. What's in my shit font? Those they definitely would not fit. Well, would they? Hold on, what is this? This shit. Do not worry about size. So, would this even work? No, these are all very flat, and that's a lot of Z living. Delete that. What the fuck? Mmm. 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 Yummy code. What I... That's a RAR. Why is it a RAR? Is this a zip bomb? If this is a zip bomb, I swear to fuck. It's... It scares me. How do I extract a RAR file? Fuck it, I'm gonna risk it. If this is a zip bomb, I swear to fuck. It was in fact not a zip bomb. Well, I don't think any of you would make a zip bomb and send it to me, but that doesn't mean the internet wouldn't make a zip bomb and send it over. Very fucking possible. Where the fuck do I find custom model? That's a custom figurine, not what I'm at. Where in the fuck do I go? Model man, what the fuck? I need to... Not that. What? It's so fucking funny. The model mesh. God. Diffuse image. So that would be... So what would that even be? I guess bamboo medium? Normal bump map would be wood object, I guess. Non-convex. Only use of mesh collider is applied. Non-convex collision only works on locked objects. The last slide is all you need non-convex. I've done something severely wrong. It's not fully here. Here's your card! Yeah! It doesn't fucking exist. Why does laughing hurt my stomach? It's almost as if I've not eaten anything. I have not eaten anything in the last... well, like... 16 hours? Well, we got the cart for now. Should I go? Fair enough. When do we want to wrap it up? I'm I'm literally ready to go. Sure. Yeah. Just use. Buggy, yeah. Works. Just the idea to make my brain distracted. They kind of like the image above it. I would say. I think uses a sort of ground base for how to describe it. Laughing hurts so fucking much. Alright. Might as well get the cart finished before anything else. You know, fully get that all done and out the way. I can survive laughing cart. The cart model we can worry about later, but you know, getting the actual sort of thing of the situation is you know, still gonna put in the cart, what it's got and all that stuff, and you're all getting ready to go. Mm-hmm. Casual baby launcher. So when I was going on to describe the cart, I saw there was a where. Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest, my brain is not oh no, I'm rolling. I'm rolling the code. I was rolling the fucking cart. 17! No, fuck off, dice. Fuck off, dice. No. No, that was a 17. I don't give a fuck. No. That, that literally gravitated to going to the... I'm sorry. Uh, apart from the slight sort of sign of age, slightly. Yeah. But yeah, apart from just the basic thing of you know, it's slightly worn from age, literally barely, any signs of age on it. but there's still just sometimes space on it. But that's about it, really. Nothing actually problematic. And is there a door? That's a good question. Is there a door? Hmm. It's a decent sized medium shape, sort of. Think of it like a basic, sort of like, I guess, engine, sort of a thing. Like a bit smaller than an engine. Yes, it is water powered because it technically steam powered. The place for fuel also has a heating element attached. Just heat, fire, electricity, boiling it to death, singeing it with the power of the sun. Yeah. I think I'll get like Did I get the cart done? Eventually. For a moment, my brain thought you were on about like rain and earth and rain, and it's like, what do you mean I won't survive that? I suppose so. What do you? Fuck. Yeah. I don't know. It scared me. How? When? Yeah. Oh. Alright. My birthday. Fair enough. You were flying. You were flying in a no-fly zone. We suggest you land immediately. They're off them. Well, fuck. Saying that we also saying we also pretty much started like an hour after schedule as well. It kind of lined up fine. It was about the 4 hour mark that we normally go on anyway. It's back by an hour, so. No worries. Good night and goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna need breakfast and stuff. Get my meds. No, but yeah, I will put the browser and old people into a folder for this. Yeah, so that's that. I will now